Hey, what's up, my beautiful people? Welcome to your May 19th Daily Energy Report. I'm here with Sun Soul TV, also on YouTube. Check out my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com, for the opportunity community. And if you would like an astrology reading from me, I want to thank my super homie, Maru, for allowing me to continue to bring you guys these reports every now and then. I'm so grateful, and I love you guys very much. So let's get into your daily reading for today. So, of course, there's a whole lot going on here in the cosmos. Things are crazy intense, and I'm finding that with the Venus retrograde going on and this square to Neptune, there is a lot of energetic upgrades going on. You might be feeling tired. Your body may be going through some, ascension symptoms. They're super, super intense right now. But with the sun today at 28 degrees of Taurus, now, 28, 29 degrees are master numbers. So, these energies are heightened and intensified. And I feel like this is going to intensify the energies of Uranus as well. And with Uranus semi-sextile to Chiron in Black Moon Lilith, there's a lot of unexpected, deeply rooted and embedded traumas that are coming up. And as they're coming up, when trauma comes up, it has to go through all the different bodies, right? It has to go, from the etheric realm, all the way down to the physical realm and then back out. So when these traumas are coming up, like I was mentioning yesterday in my daily report, this energy of like, you may go somewhere, right? And you may like smell a familiar smell, like you smell it, you can't quite put your finger on like where you remember it, it smells familiar, right? And then you walk by a couple people talking and what they're talking about also feels familiar. And then you walk out of the store and you get in your car and you turn on your car and like a song comes on the radio. And all of a sudden these dots connect and it reminds you, or it brings up this weird trigger that all of a sudden makes you super emotional, and you like feel like you're like losing your shit there for a minute. You're like, whoa, what the hell's going on? And then suddenly this old memory comes up that you completely forgot about, that was suppressed, and you didn't even know it was affecting you, right? There's that kind of energy going on here. And Mercury is now 14 degrees of Gemini as well, and Mercury rules Gemini, right? So, and it is sesquiquadrate over to Jupiter and Pluto. And now Jupiter and Pluto are just about 1 degree apart. So this energy, again, is getting more and more intense. And, this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction that is basically hanging out around the same area for the next 3-4 months, right? This is keeping things super intense, super deep, restructuring the very fabric of our reality. And as you can tell right now, reality seems to be like unrealistic, right? Like our sense of time is shifting. Our sense of being in this third dimensional reality is shifting. Everything just feels and seems so surreal, right? And you can see the separation, the divide in our world. And, it's really unfortunate because we, the people, as human citizens of this world with Pachamama, we are all the same. And this divide, like the powers that be want to divide and conquer, where, the higher vibrational energies are saying, no, that's not right, come together. But these belief systems, these self-limiting belief systems, these fear-based models of beliefs are sort of blocking that ability for us to come together. So each one of us, if you're watching this video and you're paying attention to this kind of content on a consistent basis, you are tuning in to the higher vibrational frequency. And tuning into that, you are empowering yourself. You are bringing yourself up into that next level where universe is saying to us, look, it's time to step into your power. It's time to step into your knowing that you have a purpose and a mission in this world. In order to shift the vibration to this higher vibration, to this higher frequency, we are the ones that are creating this new earth, this utopia. There's on one side, there's this dystopia of desire for control and for power, right? To disempower the people and hyper empower the people that have the money and the influence. But as you can see, slowly but surely, we are turning the dial. Like they are trying to censor so much shit. And with all this censorship, it is actually is actually bringing out more and more people that are defying the censorship. We're seeing all these documentaries come out with all this truth and all this, with all this information that is from experience. Now, I want to emphasize this, right? Because right now, especially, our experience is our reality. So whatever you are experiencing is your personal truth. Now, truth is essentially subjective, right? Our truth is in our heart. So when we're coming out, like there's a distinction between the law of man and the law of the universe. And as we raise our vibration, we are coming into a deeper knowing and understanding of the laws of the universe. Now, man is attempting to keep control of people through these fear-based models. And it's our mission in this experience, in this polarity, to stand up in our power and speak our truth and bring our truth into existence. As we open up our throat chakra and we bring that out, right? You may not realize who you're influencing, okay? But it's fascinating to see just how many people we really are influencing without knowing it. I've been seeing a lot of that myself. And of course, with the North Node and the South Node now at 29 degrees, this is also a master number. This is bringing in this new vibration of these two different energies. North Node being in Gemini is much more cerebral. It's that when it went through Cancer, it was identifying and solidifying our like where we want to be emotionally, right? How we want to live our lives emotionally. And now in Gemini, it's taking that emotion and solidifying it into a cerebral thought form or a belief form. So with Neptune now at 20 degrees of Pisces, this is the beginning of the third decan of Pisces, which is the next level, the mastery level of its power. And with Neptune ruling Pisces, you bet that we're going to start to see some leveling up and some real intensified aspects of our energetic potential, meaning telekinesis, all right? Extrasensory perceptions are getting incredibly heightened. Intuitive empaths are becoming so much more intuitive. Now, I've been seeing personally a lot of people that have been like committing suicide, right? Like a lot of people on the earth now are going, like the people that are not connected to their spirit, this energy is affecting them in a way that they don't understand. Like they feel like completely disconnected from themselves. Their dark night of the soul is darker than we have ever experienced. So we really have to be out there and be their bigger person to help people understand exactly what this means and what this is. Because it's not like, if you remember before you went through your dark night of the soul, you didn't know what was on the other side. Then you start going through this crazy stuff, and the beginning stages of a dark night of the soul is fucking scary. It's probably the scariest thing we'll ever go through. And with the moon now and the second half of Aries, right? First, this is a prequel to the dark moon in Taurus right before the new moon in Gemini, but also it just went over, or it just conjuncted rather, Chiron and Black Moon Lilith that are just one degree apart. So this is again emotionally bringing up all these deep vulnerabilities and these deep compensation patterns that we've been operating from in our ego. It's like our ego. Now, when I say ego is not good or bad. It's how we individuate ourselves in this reality, in this world, right? So the moon is making that more real with all these other aspects. Pluto and Jupiter is also squaring the moon today. And we have the North Node quincunx to Pluto and Jupiter as well, while the South Node is also quincunx to the Sun. So our nodes, like the feeling that destiny is at play here, is very prominent, but sort of like it's prominent, but we can't quite put our finger on it. And there's multiple aspects that are sort of elusive, right? A quincunx is the most elusive. It's one of those things where, say you're in an argument with someone, or you're in a debate with someone, right, that has an opposing viewpoint. Well, it's like you're debating with them, but they have like a little, angel or someone in the background whispering to them what to respond, but you can't hear or see them, right? And it's like, so you want to address the issue, but the issue is elusive because it's not quite there. The person in front of you that you're debating with is sort of like a bit of a drone. Okay, so you need to really look deeper within and create acceptance in your heart of the unknown aspect of this energy. Okay, as you create acceptance, it's going to allow these other aspects to come through and to purge Because let's face it, right now, especially with Mars in Pisces again, and Mars is square to the sun, Mars can be very passive aggressive in Pisces or very frustrated. A lot of this deep frustration, like, I just want to figure it out. I just want to know what's going to happen. I just want to know what's going to do. But you don't. You're not going to know. So you have to accept that. And so this is where you really have to pay attention to how you feel. Now, I'm always a big believer in paying attention to how you feel regardless. But with this, how you feel is exactly what's going to guide you to where to go. So say you're feeling tired or exhausted. If you need to lay down, like, then you need to reschedule your schedule, or like move things around so that you can take time to chill and relax. Like I was since I can't go to the gym, right? I've been running every day, and apparently my body doesn't like running anymore in my older age. I used to, be able to run no problem, but I think I got like a stress fracture or something in my foot because I just keep trying to push it, right? I want to stay in shape. I want to, I feel good when I'm getting that circulation flowing in my body. I feel alive, but right now it's just hurting me. So it's like, okay, I get it. Like I have to allow my physical body to recuperate, because look, when we're growing spiritually, which right now we're doing a lot of deep growth spiritually. And when that's going on, sometimes we have to let go a little bit of the physical aspect or even the emotional aspect and just surrender to the process. So whatever your body, whatever your energy is telling you, surrender to it. Maybe not even listen to it, but just allow it to be right. Don't try to figure it out or force it or do anything with it, because right now you're not going to be able to figure it out or pinpoint it. Okay. And this is really important to remember as we get into this dark moon phase in Taurus, because, when the moon is dark, that brings even more confusion, or it's the bridge where, it's sort of like the darkest before dawn. That's basically before every, new and full moon. This is when the moon becomes new, it brings new insight. It's a new beginning emotionally, right? And a full moon, of course, is an ending, but both ways they're bringing something up, either to be initiated or to be let go of. Okay, so this Gemini energy is getting really, really strong, and the sun will be going into Gemini in a couple days. So we really need to start focusing on this Gemini type energy of where we're going in the future. But in order to be able to identify that, we have to see where we're at now, like the present. We have to stay in the present moment, because we create the future from the present moment, right? So we have to fully embrace and fully encompass this present moment. It's an interesting as well. If you notice here on the chart, the particular chart that I brought up is all at 5 degrees and 55 minutes. So, there's no mistake in that. Like, that is change. We are amidst some massive, deep changes, and we are in the preview or the prequel or the pre-cleansing phase, if you will, of the new eclipse cycle. We're coming into the end of the eclipse cycle from January and coming into the next eclipse cycle that starts in June. And of course, we are also in retrograde season, and we're going to be having Mercury going retrograde in about a month. So with all these retrograde energies, they're necessary. This is a period of time to go within and look at these things and emotions and feelings that are trying to come up to teach us something. And, the body is the subconscious mind. And with this, Taurus is all about the physical body. It's about the 5 senses. So in particular with Uranus and the sun in Taurus, this is all about, Uranus and Taurus is like this unknown. I don't know what it is that I feel. I just know that I'm feeling something funky or weird, or there's like a slight rumbling always going on underneath the surface. We have to allow that to, take its course, because this is essentially the rebellious, rise up and make shit happen kind of energy. Okay. And the sun is also amplifying that for the next few days. So if you're experiencing physical ascension symptoms, allow that to take its course and be okay, and let your body tell you. In fact, I'm going to be coming out with my new ebook here pretty soon that actually connects the dots with the language of the physical body interconnected with the language of the energetic body and the emotional body, so you can look at it and you can identify, okay, I have a sore lower back, and I can't sleep, And, so that's what this means, emotionally. And once you look at that, then you can really set the intentions and take the appropriate actions to be able to address these issues and work through them. Okay, it's a great guide, and you can check out my Instagram and my YouTube to see when I'm going to be releasing that, and I highly recommend getting it. I put a lot of work into that. So without further ado, let's go into the numerology of the sun sign at 28 degrees of Taurus. It says, a man making candles out of beeswax. The sweetness is in the returning to those sacred places always known and now being at ease there. The natural man strips away false layers and finds somebody underneath who is poignantly familiar and resonantly true. The search, the quest, the process, the intricate, extended process. For everything depends upon the entering the process and giving yourself over to the master craftsman hands of the creator beings. You are simply a seed blown by the wind. And to become this completely is blissful fruition, inwardly smile into being. So again, this is really just, sort of validating what I was just saying, that, when we go within and we surrender to, allow the energies to bring us where the universe wants us to go, we go into this blissful place of ease and of knowing that the universe has our best intention in mind, and knowing that there's brighter days, like what Tupac said, for every dark night, there's a bright day after that. I'm sure somebody else said it too, but it's truth, right? So, we are so, and have been so vulnerable, but there are two very different, opposing almost responses to this experience right now. There is on the one hand, this experience where people feel lost and disconnected and fear-based and just drinking the Kool-Aid, right? And there's the other side where there's this knowing and appreciation for the growth process and for being, it's almost like it took all of this like fear and frustration and unknown, and it brought it out into the world, and it left our physical and the energetic bodies. And now that it's out there, we're getting infused with this new energy at an exponentially increasing rate. So, if you think that this transformational process is going to still or slow down, you are mistaken. But this is a good thing, because the energy, the vibration is going to continue to rise. And as we continue to go through this process, you're going to be amazed and blown away at the abilities and the awareness that you come into that is really going to set you apart from who you used to be. By this time next year, you're not going to recognize who you are in a good way, right? This is waking us up. This is bringing us into who we're meant to be, okay? And, we still have Saturn at 1 degree of Aquarius. So this Aquarian energy is, it's going to be backing off a little bit. And now Saturn Aquarius is this constriction with, with being around other people, with, this is the censorship. This is the people creating communities, but trying to be shut down. Uranus is also about, creating communities and technology. So these two energies together are sort of like, this is the two energies that are going to be battling each other basically back and forth, really starting next year for the most part. It's going to last about 2 years. But, Saturn represents the control, the desire to keep the systems in place. Uranus is the revolution. It's the desire to grow and to learn and to change and to mold this new awareness. Okay. So, and these energies are, these are going to be intense. So in one way, there's this discontentment. There's this like, things are just not okay. I cannot sit and allow this to happen. But with this, with this split in the energetic consciousness of human beings, of humanity itself, this is where we have to find this, place in the middle. It's like we have one side of the pendulum, we have the other side. We need to find the place in the middle that is us growing and standing in our power, but not feeding the negative energy of the conflict, because that negative energy is like the Mexican crabs, right? All these Mexican crabs, you try to crawl out of the fucking bucket, and the other Mexican crabs just pull you right back in. So you have to be willing to separate yourself from the fear, from that denser vibration, and that can be tough sometimes because people are triggered as fuck right now. We're in trigger city, trigger town, trigger world, and in order for us to really embody this higher vibration and teach this new paradigm, this new thought process, this new energetic experience, we have to be strong enough to rise above the triggering and respond with kindness and love. And not love in a way that's like giving our power away. True love is like, okay, I respect where you're at. Now this is where I'm at. We're going to draw this boundary. We're going to draw this line in the sand, and I'm going to be over here. But I'm not going to feed that. You feel how you feel, and you have that right to do that. But I'm going to be over here. And when you don't feed the negativity, when you don't feed the conflict, you stay in that creative energy, and that plants seeds of curiosity in people. And when you plant the seed of curiosity, that's when people start to question their own beliefs, okay? Because they're looking for triggers everywhere. People are looking for reasons to get into arguments and fights and just spew out all their negativity about their viewpoint. They're not listening. You're not going to get through to them. So you have to just stand on that power. And that is a lot of fucking work because it's going to challenge every trigger within us in order to, rise above it. But when we finally learn and are able to rise above it, you are officially unfuckwithable. That is the fifth dimension or the fourth density, whichever, thought process. They're basically the same thing, just two different schools of thought, but it's a higher vibration. Okay. And in the fifth dimension, there is no arguments. There is no hate. It's unconditional love and understanding that these people don't know any better. They're stuck in their own shit and they're just projecting it onto you. And when you realize this, you get triggered, you face your triggers within. And when you do that and you dissolve it and you come back without that trigger response back to them, energetically, they have no more fight in them. The fight will dissolve. And that reigns true for everything and anything going on in life. Okay? So I hope this resonates, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see you guys on the next report. Love you guys very much. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys later. Namaste.